It's been 11 years since I have been on the ice, making this the second time in 21 years. In spite of that, it's hard to find the words to describe the feelings I'm experiencing right now. The sensation of gliding across the ice, the smell of the cool, crisp air, the sound of the puck hitting the boards, the chatter of other players is something that is so familiar. It seems like yesterday that I was suiting up to play. In my mind's eye, I can visualize and recall playing my first game at the age of 4 for Barnum's Pharmacy. I'm sure you have vivid memories of when you first started on your journey as an athlete. The preparation is something I miss. The smell in the locker room, the lively banter that filled the air, the anticipation of hitting the ice. We would tape our sticks a certain way, put our left skate on first, never shave while on a winning streak. The routines and rituals had a sacred quality to them, resulting in the locker room being a place that feels like home. The ice is where I learned about the connection between the mind and body. I am indebted to these days, the experiences I have had and the people I have met. People like Dickie Nolan, a coach who remains one of the top 3 most influential people in my life. I would not be alive today without the impact he had on my life. Sport being one of the most dynamic arenas embedded in this game called life. It can be one of the most growth-enhancing experiences on earth, but at the same time can tear us to shreds. One of my favorite lines comes from a movie entitled 7 Days in Utopia. During the opening scenes, the narrator states, "Who knew that game of golf could have such an effect on a man's soul?" Upon hearing that in the movie, I was smiling from ear to ear. Isn't it true? The excitement and agony sport can offer is undeniable. Why? Because of how deeply we care about whatever game we play. The relationship between a person and his or her sport is nothing less than passionate. Think about the 4-year-old wandering around the house at bedtime in his St. Louis Cardinals pajamas, carrying around his bat. He gets tucked into bed while wearing his hat with his glove by his side. The little boy wants to hear stories about Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Jackie Robinson as he falls into a deep slumber. He's not dreaming of sugar plum fairies. He's dreaming of hitting home runs and hearing the roar of the crowd. You can see him smile while he is dreaming, as if it's really happening, as if he hit the game-winning run. I remember the first day I got all my hockey equipment. I slept in it that night, while pictures of Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, Jerry Cheevers, and the rest of the Bruins covered my bedroom walls. And now, many years later, it brings tears to my eyes reflecting back on those times. Sadness creeps up now and then. The desire to have sweat squirting out of every pore in my body alive, but most of all, appreciation for sport guiding me in a direction where I found my passion off the ice. Call it my job from a conventional perspective, but I call it my life's adventure, because there has never been a day since 1986 where I have not wanted to go to work. That I consider a gold medal. In an interesting way, that is the gold medal I was seeking through my experience being an athlete. That is a little I can tell you about myself, but be in touch and feel free to ask questions about my experience and what I believe is true about sport.